8 of the weirdest, most baffling mental quirks that mess with our perceptions, communication, and reality itself. First up, Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Yep, named after Lewis Carroll's classic. Imagine seeing your hand shrink to the size of a toy, or feeling like you're 10 feet tall when you're sitting in your living room. That's what folks with this syndrome experience. They perceive everyday objects as gigantic or microscopic. It's usually triggered by migraines, epilepsy, or, even crazier, viral infections in kids. But why does it happen? Our brains use a ton of data to map our body image. When this mapping goes haywire, say due to a migraine storming through visual pathways, the result is a warped reality. Evolutionarily, being able to gauge object size quickly was crucial for survival. Is that shadow a predator or just a rock? A misfire in that system can turn your kitchen into a size-shifted funhouse. Kinda mind-blowing, right? 2. Capgras syndrome, aka imposter syndrome on steroids. It's not about self-doubt. It's believing all your loved ones have been replaced by identical imposters. Picture waking up and looking at your partner, but insisting, "Nope, that's not Sarah. That robot is just pretending to be Sarah." Incredibly trippy. Neurologists think it's a disconnection between the brain's face recognition areas and the emotional centers. So you recognize your dad's face, but feel zero emotional bond, triggering panic. He's not him. Some cases pop up after traumatic brain injuries or in late-stage schizophrenia. From an evolutionary angle, our brains evolved super-fast face-locking circuits. Recognize friend or foe in a glance. Capgras is like that system glitching, leaving you with the face, but none of the warm fuzzies. Imagine trying to convince your spouse they're real. Good luck with that therapy session. Third Fragoli delusion. They're all secretly the same person. Think of it as Capgras's twin sibling. Here, people believe that different people they encounter are actually one single person in disguise. So you might see your barista, your mailman, and your high school gym coach, but in your head, it's just the same guy wearing different faces. Creepy, right? This one often shows up in people with schizophrenia or after head trauma. It's like the brain's face-matching software mixes everything together. Oh look, that stranger has my friend's eyes. Must be him again. Evolutionarily, we needed to detect subtle differences in appearance to navigate social hierarchies. Is that alpha or beta? When that fine-tuned system misreads data, your mind concocts elaborate conspiracies about shape-shifting stalkers. Talk about a paranoid plot twist. 4. Cotard's syndrome. Number 4 is a real head spinner. Cotard's syndrome, or walking corpse syndrome. Patients believe they are literally dead. Some insist their organs have vanished or that they're floating outside of their bodies. One woman was convinced her brain had evaporated, so she stopped eating for weeks. Neurologists suspect a mix of severe depression, dysfunctional areas in the parietal lobe, which help map self, and disrupted connections in the limbic system, our emotion hub. Evolutionarily, our brains evolved to keep self-preservation top priority. Eat, mate, survive. When those core programs glitch, the mind can erase the sense of aliveness, leading to nihilistic extremes. Thankfully, high-dose antidepressants or electroconvulsive therapy can sometimes reboot the system, although convincing someone they're actually breathing is, let's say, challenging. 5. Foreign accent syndrome. Imagine speaking English your whole life, then waking up with a perfect British, French, or even Jamaican accent. No idea how it got there. That's FAS in a nutshell. It's super rare. Fewer than 100 documented cases. Usually happens after a stroke, head injury, or severe migraine. Basically anything that scrambles speech centers in the brain. Your brain's speech module is like a high-precision robot that selects phonemes. When that robot gets zapped, it can start assembling them differently, producing unexpected vowel and consonant shifts that our ears interpret as a foreign accent. Evolutionary takeaway? Human speech patterns are baked in. Our ancestors needed to produce clear, consistent sounds for social bonding. But when that neural hardware reboots in a weird configuration, boom, you're suddenly from Cardiff, even if you've never left Kalamazoo. Sixth on our list, pseudologia fantastica, or mythomania, is when someone tells grandiose lies so consistently and vividly that they start believing them themselves. We're not talking harmless white lies. These are epic, colourful fantasies, inventing entire careers, wars you fought in, awards you never received. It's like living in your personal Netflix biopic. Psychiatrists link it to a huge dopamine rush. Our reward circuits light up when we craft convincing stories and see others' reactions. Some trace its roots to adolescence, where fabricating tales boosted social standing. Evolutionarily, maybe humans who spun captivating yarns gained influence in small tribes. He said he wrestled a bear. Wow, let's follow him. But in pseudologia, that storytelling skill rams into overdrive, erasing the boundary between reality and fiction. The tough part? Therapy has to unravel layers of truth from elaborate fiction without crushing the person's identity. Imagine separating real you from legendary you. Yikes. 7. Echolalia and echopraxia. Monkey see, monkey do, over and over. These are impulse control quirks often seen in Tourette's, autism, and certain psychosis cases. With echolalia, someone compulsively repeats words or phrases, sometimes what they just heard, sometimes bits of TV dialogue, over and over. With echopraxia, they mimic others' movements, like copying a hand wave, a finger tap, even while typing. Why does this happen? Some researchers think it's a failure in the brain's self-other switch. Normally, mirror neurons help us empathize by simulating others' actions internally. But here, that system floods the output channels. Evolutionarily, mirror neurons helped us learn social skills. Watch mom bake bread, then do it yourself. But if your brain can't hit the pause button, you become a human echo chamber. Hi, hi, hi. Or waves, hand waves, hand waves, hand. Cue the awkward stares at family dinners when Aunt Linda's every move gets copied robotically. 8. Stendhal syndrome. Overwhelmed by beauty, named after French author Stendhal, who described fainting spells when surrounded by too much art. Imagine standing in front of the Mona Lisa and suddenly feeling your heart race, dizziness, even hallucinations from pure emotional overload. While not officially classified as a mental disorder, it's definitely a psychosomatic phenomenon that leaves people breathless, literally. Researchers believe it's all about the limbic system getting flooded. Every brushstroke, color contrast, and symbolic nuance triggers intense emotions and memories. Evolutionary angle? Humans evolved to respond strongly to visual patterns, detecting seasonal changes, predators, or fertile landscapes. But when that pattern sensing goes into hyperdrive, oh my God, that shade of blue is divine. Your heart's like, abort mission, too much feels. Some tourists in Florence have to be escorted out for dizziness and palpitations. Who knew art could be such a workout? So there you have it. 8 of the strangest, most mysterious mental quirks and disorders that show just how weirdly awesome our brains can be. And remember, behind each of these lies potential evolutionary advantages, fine-tuned systems designed for survival, social bonding, or creativity. Sometimes getting a little too much juice and, poof, reality gets bent. Which of these blew your mind the most? Drop a comment below and let's chat. And hey, if you dug this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the weirdest corners of human experience. Weekly new videos will be coming up. Until next time.